Everybody should have a sheet of paper out and a pencil. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Excuse me, there should be no cell phones on and no AirPods. Please take it off during instruction and teaching. Okay? There should be no talking. Please. So, your morning assignment here is the morning activity. Hold on a second, I get you. I don't know if you have to put it right here. Up here. Okay, this is your morning activity. We are doing what is the text structure. We went over that yesterday, and we'll put that back on the board so y'all can see what are the text structures, what are the evidence, okay? So here, in your morning assignment, first the caterpillar hatches from the egg, next it eats, leaves, and grows larger, then it forms a chrysalis, finally it becomes a butterfly. What is the text structure here? What is the text structure here for this assignment? I'll give you 5 minutes to complete that, and then we'll move on to the next task. Everybody should be working. What is the text structure in that activity there? Give you 5 minutes. And then you can actually put it in remember we talked about putting it in chronological order? So in this activity, what will be first, second, third, or fourth? And then I need for you to tell me what is the text structure. And I will be collecting this. 5 minutes. Okay, you got like about 2 more minutes left. 2 more minutes. And we're gonna go ahead and move on into the lesson. Okay, can you pass your paper up and collect it, please? Just put it, give it to the, your person at the table, pile it up on the table, I will collect it. Thank you. Finish. Thank you. I do that about 1 minute. Thank you. Thank you, dear. Give me 1 minute. Please collect your paper, please. You have your work? You have your work? What's your name? John? No? Oh, there you go. That's all right, because I'm checking in and give you 0. So you get the 0. You finished? There should be no talking, please. I think there's about 1 minute left. I had 1 in that time. Thank you. I have everybody's paper. Oh, this last paper. Thank you, Ben. Give me the paper. Oh. Thank you, dear. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Thank you, John. I need you to pay attention, okay? So, good morning. So, this morning, we are going to be going over the standard here for today, okay? Listen up. The standard for today is from Georgia Dove 19.ss.1A, and it states here, analyze the effectiveness of a text, organizational structure, and features from mode, genre, and purpose in the audience. Here is your other set, what we'll be working on today. It's the 19T.2A, analyze how the use of figurative, cognitive, or and rhetorical language contributes to the development of meaning, tone, or mood in a wide variety of a text. And I want to ask the class, throw a question at the class this morning, and because we went over this yesterday. What is an analyzed text structure? What is an analyzed text structure? We went over that yesterday. How can you, when you read a story, how can you break down and analyze that text structure? If information that was given to you yesterday, if you look here, it tells you about the text structure, and it also tells you about the text features. So how do you know, and this is what I want to ask you, how do you know when you see a heading and a subheading? How do you know? What evidence do you have to tell, yourself as the reader, when the author actually asks you something in the reading, which is the heading? How do you know that's a heading? What are some of the evidence that you see in the reading? Ninth graders, what are some of the evidence that you see when you see a subheading and a heading? What stands out to you? Okay, what type of words? What do you actually see when you look? For instance, and I'm just giving a demonstration, because y'all should know this. If I open up the textbook, what is the first thing that I will see? Say it again, John. The title. So when you're looking at this title here, and I'm just showing you so you would know. What do you see? What's the name of this? What are we reading? Hidden Figures. Wouldn't that be the heading? Excuse me. There should be no talking. If I'm teaching, you should be listening. Okay? Thank you. So the heading would be the title of the story that you are reading. Please, please, please remember this, because you will see it again. Take pointers, listen, pay attention. When you see a heading, what will you see on your textbook that you're reading? Not this one, but this textbook. When you open up your text, what are some things you will see? They will give you information that you are reading the title of the story, and that will be the heading. When you see bold vocabulary, what indicator do they give you? What's the indicator? When you see something bolded, it's important. And what are they? They are what? Key terms, keywords. That's going to help you understand what you are reading. Okay? I'm just trying to help you, okay? Because you're going to have a writing assignment. And these are certain very important key terms that you need to know. When you see anything, a bullet list, do you know what a bullet list is? Those are little dots. Listen, pay attention. I don't need y'all to be talking, because I will call on you in a minute, so pay attention. When you see bullet list, and I want you to listen, because y'all will be testing. When you see this, and they say, I'm just putting this here. Bulletin, keywords, and this is just for example. When you see that, those are very important. When you see bullet list, that's giving you an indication that must be very important. I need to pay attention to that. I need to go back and look over what the bullets are actually giving you, the information that is actually giving you. Your timeline. What is a timeline? Ninth graders, what is a timeline? Okay. A timeline. What is a timeline? We went over this yesterday, and this is recapping what you have learned yesterday when Miss Chance gave you an activity, and you had to do, what do you call that, shuffle the chart? Yes. What was the timeline when y'all was looking at the story Hidden Figures, and there was different timelines, but not numbers, but what are they called? Events that actually taking place during the story. When you look at charts, the charts are very important. It's giving you the information that you need to be able to write your story. Okay? It captured anything that was like very interested in the story. You are capturing the information from the author, what the author was giving you. And we went over this again. Your key vocabulary, identification, definitions. Definition words are very important because you will see it in the reading again. You will see it in the reading. Okay? Let's go over here because this is our main topic for today. It's the text structure. It's giving you the text structure is giving you the description of the story, the chronological order, the timeline, what happened, when it happened, from the beginning to the end. What are some of the cause and effects that happened in the story, where you have to compare and contrast what actually had taken place. The problem and solution, what are some of the issues and concerns and the problems that was going on in the story that you had to go ahead and read on? Because this is going to help you write your paper. It's going to help you to organize your paper, your thoughts that you are obtaining from the story. So this morning, we are going to analyze how to use configurative, cognitive, and rhetorical language. How are we going to do that, Ms. Clayton? We're going to read. We're going to read with understanding. Okay? Here, our learning target for today, and I want the class to say it all together because this is something very important that y'all need to know. Okay? And class together. To class together. Your learning target for today, this is for you. Know what you are learning today in class, okay? So, can everybody read together, please? Everybody read, please. I am. Okay, so since I hear some of y'all will be repeating the 9th grade again because y'all don't want to learn. But listen to this. I am learning how to determine the structure of the text, and it contributes to the next meaning. Well, Ms. Clan, what do you mean by that? I'm learning how to determine how to do a text structure, right? I'm learning how to contribute to the text meaning. What is going on in the story? The mini lesson we're going to be learning today is learning how to do what? What are we learning today? We are learning text structure, okay? So what I'm going to do, and I want to ask y'all here, the essential, how do women in Hidden Figures build bridges? How do they build bridges in Hidden Figures? Do anyone know? How do they build bridges in Hidden Figures? Say it again. Yes, and what else? What else did they do to build bridges? They connect people with opportunity and equality, right? Right? To build it, what do you need? You need a foundation, right? Foundation. You need stuff to start building it, so it could be you have that foundation so it could be stabilized. Okay? Here, to activate your knowledge, what does bridge do? How can people build bridges between each other? How can they build bridges between each other? Yes. Yes. So to build bridges, you have to have the foundation. Okay? And you have to know what to do and how to do it. So this morning, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get listen, young man, please. I want y'all I'm giving each one your sheet, and we're gonna read together. We're gonna read together. And I will call on you to read. Go, man. Oh, sorry. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Come your head up, please. Okay, we almost there. Can you please stop? You're not a child. Did I get your sheet back? I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay. Wake up, baby. Wake up. Okay. So, with that being said, here is the Hidden Figures, a black woman, mathematician, shatter racial gender barriers to make critical contribution to the Allies in the effort during the war, the World War II. Okay? So, I want you to read the first paragraph, please. Read for me. Listen, read. John, read the first paragraph here for me, please. Go ahead and start reading.
The newspapers and constant attack of many women to integrate your hands through brothers who are not afraid to roll up their sleeves and do jobs to set families men should call their lawyers and
Astronaut laboratory. Laboratory. A few
years earlier in life, the world
would have
been something most employees never would have constantly for a job had anyway been performed by a man, but in a schedule of 1942 with the world to employs women and men of service in the military country needed help. It could get employed were beginning to hire women to do jobs that had once belonged only to men.
Go ahead, read the next part down there. This particular
ad was placed by the
National Advisory
for NASA, a government working fair the studies of science of flying. NASA shaped a print with USA Army Air Camp. High Pond, the verge of city in the south part of the state next to Camp Cutting Bay.
Chesapeake Bay. Chesapeake Bay, say it.
Chesapeake Bay.
Okay. Can I get the next reader? Right here, sir. Read for me. Read for me. The top. On top. I'll tell you, let's read. I'll tell you when to stop. Listen, someone is reading. Be respectful. Go ahead, sir.
Was important to help the United States develop the most powerful
Go ahead.
airplanes in the world. Airplanes need military troops, track enemies, and our leaders felt that the country got raised to the skies. When we won the war, President Franklin D.
Go ahead, sir.
Believed in the importance of air power. So, years earlier in 1941, he had challenged the nation to increase its production of airplanes to 50,000 units a year. At the time, the country had a small manufactured only 3,000 planes a year. The NACAs and private industry were up for the challenge. By 1923, the American aircraft industry was the largest, most productive, and most sophisticated in the world, making 3 times more planes than the Germans who were fighting on the other side of the war.
I'm sorry. Okay, can you read where it says victory through air power, please? Victory through air power, read that paragraph for me. Okay. Can you read from me here where it says victory through air power? Come on, no, you gotta get the lesson on. Just read that piece there. Victory through the air power.
Before manufacturers built airplanes designed for the
Langley Memorial
what's that word?
Astronautical.
Astronautical laboratory, which was the NACA. The first NACA had first began its operations in 1917. Engineers created wind tunnels and simulate different conditions a plane could encounter when flying. This helped the engineers that compared airplane parts as well as whole aircraft, examining them for problems like the disturbance and uneven wind nozzles.
Read that last piece there. After the testing.
After the testing college, the plane tried to assess how the machines handle in the air. Did the aircraft go unexpected? Did it stall? Was it too hard to guide or maneuver? Making small changes, the design added up to difference in performance. Even tiny improvements in speed and efficiency multiply over millions of pilots' miles added to different that could tip the balance of the war.
Okay, thank you. May I have the next reader, where it says female tactician? Read from me, baby, where it says warning. That means everybody should be quiet and listen. Go ahead, sir. Speak up a little louder so we can hear you.
At the Lincoln Memorial Athletic required the support of a number of soldiers, craftsmen to build the airplane models, mechanics to maintain the test tunnels, and number crunchers to process the data that was collected during the test for the engineers. Turing was basically a complex physics experiment. Physics is a science of mathematics and motion. Physics meant math and math meant mathematics. At the legacy
Laboratory.
mathematics meant women, female mathematicians,
Young lady,
have been on the job
let someone read it.
at
That's a
Lincoln since 1985. It didn't take long for women to show that they were just as good or even better at computing than many of the male engineers, but few of the women were assume male employees instead they were classified as sub-professionals, a title that meant they could pay less.
Very good. So at Langley, the female mathematicians were called computers. You need to pay attention. They did not, John, everything is not funny. But I get on the phone, call your dad, you know what's gonna happen. Listen up. On core computers, they did computation to turn the results of the raw data gathered by the engineer into more useful form. Today we think of computers as machines. But in the 1940s, a computer was just someone whose job was to do computation. Flesh and blood, one who was very good with numbers. I will make that phone call after I finish teaching. Okay? Okay. So in 1943, it was difficult for Langley Laboratory to find as many qualified women as they needed. A recruiter from the National Advisory Committee, astronautical, visit colleges in search for young women with analytical or mathematical skills. And do you see in the reading, there's bold letters, bolded. So you need to pay attention to that. When the manager couldn't satisfy the demand with the white employees, the government decided to hire African American. A civil rights leader named A. Philip Randolph encouraged President Roosevelt to sign an executive order, a law that ordered the desegregation, of the federal government and defense industry, and created a Fair Employment Practice Committee. This executive order opened up new, exciting opportunity for African Americans, allowing them to work side by side with white people during the war. Okay? Let's turn the page. The federal government also helped create special training classes at black colleges. When people could hear the skills they would need to be successful in the war job. Black newspapers like Norfolk Journal and Guide published articles, okay, telling their readers to apply for the new job opening. And were many applicants and done away with the requirements that application must include a photo. But it wasn't hard for employees to figure out which job, okay? Candidates were black. African Americans did not have access to white colleges and universities. So black applicants came from black colleges such as West Virginia State University, Howard University, Howard Institute, and Arkansas. Colleges, many of the African American candidates had years of teaching experience as well as math and science degree. Once hired, the black mathematicians were assigned to a separate workspace in the warehouse, okay? Building on west side of Langley campus. The east area computers were all white, west area computers were all black, except for supervisor and her assistant were white women. They had always been African American employees at Langley, but they had worked as janitor, a cafeteria worker, mechanic assistant, and a groundkeeper. Hired black mathematician, that was something new. For most part, engineering welcomed extra hands, even if those hands were black. The Langley Laboratory was operating around the clock to test the airplanes to flown by American soldiers in the war. Everyone had a job to do. Hampton University, where Langley campus was located, was such a very southern town. State law, Virginia custom meant that African Americans did not ride the same buses or eat in the same cafeteria. or use the same bathroom as whites. The Langley staff had to prepare to arrival of African American mathematicians. Once that task created a mental bathroom signs that read "Color Girls." For the black woman inexperienced and working at a laboratory offered a chance to do interesting working that would help support the war against effort. Walking in an unfamiliar environment wasn't easy for a woman of a new West Area computing office, but each of them earned the opportunity to help their country to prove that they too could be excellent mathematicians. So, with this, reading this story, Hidden Figures, what do you think was going on back then? What was going on back then? Racial, and what else? What was going on? Segregation. Thank you. Class, what else was going on in Hidden Figures? Huh? What else was going on? Say again? We did say racism, but what else was going on then? Huh? What else was going on in the story? They had different bathrooms. And what else? Excuse me? It was a colored girl bathroom. Very good. And what are some things that you have incorporated from the reading? What are some things that you have incorporated from the reading? Was there any timelines? There was timelines there. Okay? Anything else? Katherine Johnson, what was Katherine Johnson's position? What was Katherine Johnson's position? At first, Katherine was invited into a meeting. So when she was invited into the meeting, what do you think that had taken place during the meeting? Say it again? There was barriers when she began checking and she started calculating and she was building trust with the employer. And she also was the one that she was building the bridges for her team. Do y'all remember that piece there? Do y'all remember? They said, I need your class to get engaged in the lesson. Because this is a grade. What was one of the text structures in the story? Look at your paper and go ahead and circle it. You're going to draw a circle around it. What was the text structure here in Hidden Figures? And once you do that, please put your pencil down. I know that you are ready. Circle the text structure in Hidden Figures that was they were talking about in the story. The text structure. And the question I would like to ask the class, what was the obstacle did the character face? What was the obstacle that the character faced? The second one is, what action helped them overcome it? What were some things that they overcome? I need for you to circle that. Circle it, it's in the story. And what changed as a result to that? What changed as a result? What were some of the changes that has taken place in Hidden Figures in the story? I'm collecting for the rest. Again, what obstacle did the character face? What action helped was for them to overcome it? What changed the results? I give you 10 minutes to get that circle. Again, keep on repeating it until you get it. What obstacle did the character face? What obstacle did the character face? What action helped overcome it? What were some of the actions that helped them overcome it? Circle it. And what changed as a result? What changes have taken place? It's in the story. I'm gonna keep on saying, the first one is, what obstacle did the character face? When you find it, circle it. The second one, what action helped overcome it? What were some of the actions that helped them overcome it? The third one is, what changed as a result? What were some of the changes that actually taken place? Y'all need to circle it. The first one, what was the obstacle did it happen to face? So find it, circle it. You gotta read. I'm coming. Give me a second. Once you finish this piece of the story, I need you to just do the word circle it. John, you finished? You circle it? And once y'all finish that, I have one sheet of paper I'm going to give y'all. Okay? I'm coming. Okay, once you finish that, if you finish, I'm coming around with another sheet of paper. This will be your text structure activity sheet. It says text structure is how the author organized information in the text. Recognize structure, help readers to understand the author purpose and the main idea. I'm going to move you back to your seat. Listen, you need to wake up. You need to wake up. You didn't get enough sleep last night. Okay. Here it says, match each paragraph in the text structure. Write the letter to the structure of the next one. The cause and effect, compare contrast, chronological order, description, and E is problem solution. So number one, listen up. I need your participation. Savannah weather can be unpredictable. One day is sunny and 85 degrees. The next day there's a sudden downpour. Humidity creates a sticky tropical atmosphere, and the Georgians either love it or hate it. Is that cause and effect? Is that compare and contrast? Up there, look at the letters up here. You're not even on that. Here, say it again. What's the answer? Who said that? Thank you. Okay, so that's A. Put it A. Right next to the number. Right here, turn around here. You see that here? It tells you right here. Put it right there next to the number. Turn around, where's your pencil? Here. Can you read that? Give me A. B, C, okay, put it right next to there. Listen, excuse me. We are still in class. Oh, okay. What you need? A whole. Listen, y'all need to close your mouth here, your boys. Do your work. Everybody else is working quietly. Listen, table, do your work. You need to get off the phone. You can't sit there no more. Once you finish, let me know. You do that. evaluation before you leave. Okay, I'll be right with you. Okay, it's about bathroom break. Okay.